Hi, now we'll see the Savasiri, Sominsky and Nawate, commonly known as a SON or an SON algorithm for big data analytics. SON algorithm is used for finding all the frequent item sets. Repeatedly, it reads the small subsets of the basket, that is, from the large number of data items in the basket, it reads small subsets in small chunks and main memory and perform the simple algorithm on each subset. An item set becomes a candidate if it is found to be frequent in any one or more subsets of the basket. Now, what is a candidate? If one particular item is present in one transaction ID and it is also present in the second transaction ID, then it is common. So it is known as a frequent item set, and then it becomes a candidate key or a candidate item set. Now, on a second pass, we count all the candidate items and determine which are frequent in the entire set. One key monotonicity means that item set cannot be frequent in the entire set of basket until unless it is frequent in at least one subset. This is a basic definition when we say that anything is frequent, which means that if it is repeated in one or more transactions, then it is known as a frequent item set. SON is different from a priori and PCY and multi-stage PCY, as a priori and PCY, that is ParkGen-U algorithm, they work on two passes, and multi-stage, as the name suggests, multi-stage PCY works on more than two passes. Now, SON is usually used to find out the frequent item sets, not the pairs. To be very precise, we only find the frequent item sets which are present, which can be found out with the frequency in either two or fewer than two passes. So that is where SON comes into picture. Now, how does the SON algorithm actually works? In the pass 1, the batch processing is done. Now, what do we mean by the term batch processing? These are the steps which the SON algorithm follows. It scans the data onto a disk, that is, all data is present at a particular disk. We break this data into chunks that can be processed in the main memory. That is, we break it out into item by item. So, if it is A, B, C, D, E, then we break it into A as one item set, B, C, D, E. So, these are 5 different item sets. Repeatedly, we fill the memory with a new batch of data. That is, it works on a continuous process. Find all the frequent item sets for each chunk, and threshold is equal to S divided by the number of chunks. So S is nothing but the support which will be provided, and number of chunks means number of item sets which are there. So if it is A, B, C, D, E, then the number of chunks are 5. And S by default, if it is given as 2, then threshold for support will be 2 divided by 5, which will be 0.4. And then we run the sampling algorithm on the each batch. After running the sampling algorithm, which is one of the simplest algorithm to sample out the frequent sets, we generate the candidate frequent item sets over here in the pass 1. An item set becomes a candidate if it is found to be frequent in any one or more chunks of the basket. This is a simple definition which I explained. If it is present in 2 transactions, then it is known as a frequent item set. Now, this is a simple example of the pass 1 steps that we just saw. If these are the transaction IDs I have, that is, I have 8 transaction IDs here, and these are the item sets which are available. This will be given that for transaction ID 1, this is the item set, that is A, B or D. Now, to find out the first candidate, we need to list them separately. That is, the individual item sets are listed, and the support is the number of time it occurs in this transaction table. The transaction table which is over here, we have to find the count with which these item sets are working. Now if I say item set A, the support is 5. How the support is 5? You have to see how many times it is available in this table. It is occurring in this table, so it is A, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So here is what I get. Now B is again 5, C is 2, 6, D is 6 and E is 4. Now for the SON, as you saw, the support is calculated to be 0.4. Threshold is support divided by number of chunks. Number of chunks are 1, 2, 3, 4 and this is my fifth chunk. So threshold is 2 divided by 5, which is 0.4. So here I cannot reject any of my supports. So we'll take all the supports for the further candidate calculation. Now what happens in pass 2? We validate the candidate item sets. We count all the candidate item sets and determine which are frequent in the entire set. If you will see, the candidates which were frequent, like A is equal to 5 was the value. So A is frequently occurring 5 times in my transactions. Now what is this? It is item set X is frequent overall, frequent in at least one batch. If my value of the support is 0, then that means my particular item set does not exist. So it is very clear, if the item set is existing, I need to find its support. If it is occurring in more than one, then only it is frequent, otherwise it is occurring in more than occurring in itself. Now subset or chunk contains fraction P of the whole file. I upon P is chunk in file. If item set is not frequent in any chunk, then support in each chunk is less than PS. This is the support which needs to be calculated for this particular fraction P. Support in the whole file is less than S, that means it is not frequent. If anything is less than the support which we calculate, then that particular item is not frequent. Now how this SON is implemented for distributed data mining. This idea lends itself to be a distributed data mining because as I'm taking a chunks and calculating, the new chunks are coming in. If the baskets are distributed among many nodes, that is, if I have many nodes which are existing, we compute the frequent item set at each node, then distribute the candidates for each node. Now how we calculate the candidate? I've said that we make the single item set, we find its support and then we find the candidates. Then in the end we accumulate the counts for each candidate. Now here SON is basically implementable for a single item set. We usually don't work on pairs, but yes, we have to find out pairs to find out the authenticity and how the counts can be reduced. We have to work on it. Now SON also works with MapReduce. Now what is the phase 1 of the MapReduce for SON? First thing, it will find the candidate items, that is how we actually find out, and second is we find the true frequent item sets. The most important part of SON is that it reduces the false negatives. So what do you mean by false negative? That we will see. That is, I have to find out how much are the true item sets which are present and which are frequently, and how does the MapReduce actually work on it. Now in the phase 1, I find the candidate item sets. How does my mapper works? My mapper for the SON is, I input the chunk subset for all the baskets, fraction P of the total file input. So I need to find out the support for each of my input. Now find item sets frequent in that particular subset. If I have the 8 transaction, I have to find out how frequently it is working. And we use the support threshold. That is, support threshold is calculated with support given and number of transactions and number of chunks which are present. Output is set to the key value pairs f of 1, where f is the frequent item sets for the each sample. So this will be calculated. Now how does the reducer work? Each reduced stack is assigned to the set of keys which are item sets. We produce keys that appear one or more time and frequent in subset. If you have seen that A appears 5 times, so A is frequently occurring. So when we reduce A, B, C, D, E, we can form the pairs with that, and we can find another candidature which comes out with AB, AC, AD and AE, then see how many times it is appearing. Now what does phase 2 do? Phase 2 of a MapReduce SON, it finds out the find true frequent item sets. Now what do you mean by the term true? That it is actually existing with the support. You will see that threshold is support divided by the number of chunks. So we are reducing the support value in such a way that the true frequent item sets can be found out. Whereas when we work with a priori PCY and multi-stage PCY, we reach to a result where the item actually shows to be existing somewhere in my transaction, but because of the applicability of my algorithm, I say it does not exist. That we'll see later as we are proceeding. Now what does map do? For the stage 2, how do I find out the true frequent item set with the map function in phase 2 of SON MapReduce? Each map task takes the output from the first reduced task. So when I say A has a support of 5, B had a support of 5, so that input will be taken over here and chunk of the total input data file will be taken. All candidate items go to every map task. So every candidate item will be calculated for the map task. Now count occurrences of each candidate item among the baskets in the input chunk, as we have calculated on the first slide, that from the complete transaction table I calculated number of times my A, B, C, D, E were occurring. That is what it means. Output is set to the key value pairs, that is A with the value of V, where C is a candidate frequent item and V is the support for that item set among the baskets. So CV, if you consider, then what we were having is we had the value that A is equal to 5. So the C value is A for this particular candidate item and V is the number of times it is appearing. And phase 2, what do I do? Each reduced task is assigned a set of keys. Sums are associated values for each key, total support for each item set. And if support of item set is greater than S, they say it is emitted, or it is just passed on to the net. It is not omitted, it is emitted to the next set. Now this is two important words or statements that we need to consider. What is false positive and what is false negative? A false positive, a simple definition, a test result indicates that a particular attribute is present. And false negative, a test result which wrongly indicates that the particular condition or attribute is absent. The SON basically proves that false negatives are not present. That is, it works for this false negative criteria. Now how does it work on? It says a result which wrongly indicates that a particular condition or attribute is absent. Now this is a table which is an output of multi-stage PCY algorithm with a support of 2. Now if you see in this PCY multi-stage output algorithm, ABD occurs twice, ABDE support is 1 and BDE support is 2. But my support threshold was given as 3. So as a result, what happens? Even though I have a support of 2, 1 and 2, I say these item sets are not existing. So it is falsely indicating that they are absent. Whereas in SON, what happens is when I calculate the threshold to be 0.4, I can prove that even though my support is 2, 1 and 2, this is actually existing. So it proves that false negatives are test result which wrongly indicates a particular condition or attribute is absent, whereas these are present. And using a multi-stage PCY algorithm, we had to say that these elements were not existing. So this is not absent, these are actually present. So with SON, we can prove that because the support system comes to 0.4, we actually say that even though their support is reduced to 2, 1 and 2, they are actually existing. So it proves that false negatives can be easily avoided using SON. Thank you.